Hi, hope you're doing well. Today's video is going to be very, very short, but I think it's very valuable. I really struggled with expectations in my life, and I would go to just a family braai, or we'd go visit friends, and then I have a very good example that I'm going to use. We have family friends, and we went to go visit them for a weekend, and I said, I'll make this lemon meringue. And I made the lemon meringue. I'm very excited about it. It's very fancy, people, so I wanted to impress them. And the first thing that went wrong is I didn't mix the egg whites long enough for the meringue to really have that glossy texture, and I didn't realize it. So only once the meringue came out of the oven did I realize it's not perfect. So there was my first disappointment. Then on our way to their house, my dad took off his hat and he just sort of threw it to the back seat, and his hat fell into the meringue. And it was a bit of a journey that we took. So on our way there, as the car's shaking, it also just shattered this meringue. And I just remember feeling like such a failure and feeling so stupid and insecure about this meringue that I'm now taking to these fancy people. And I think in my mind, I wanted to contribute, but if I look back now, I wanted to impress. Okay. So in any way, so we got there. The meringue was just a mess. We ended up eating it out of glasses because it couldn't even go on plates because it was just, yeah, in any way. So, and I just remember feeling so stupid for even trying to do something nice and being so disappointed. And I always go back to this example and another example where I made bracelets for women, pull bracelets, and it really cost me a lot. And everyone, it was just sort of they were like, oh, thanks. And they'd go on, there wasn't a sincere thank you or anything. And these are the two examples that I really go back to in my life where I felt very insecure and where I felt stupid for trying and where I felt, why even bother? And then years later, maybe like 6, 7 years later, I was listening to a guy, and I absolutely love this guy. His name is Grant Luton. And I was listening to him, and he was talking about expectations and that your expectations are your preconceived disappointments. And that then turns into resentment in some cases. And that just changed my life, realizing that the problem in both of these instances that I just mentioned was actually not the meringue or the bracelets or the people's reactions. It was my expectations of how things should be or how people should react or how things should turn out. And it was my own fault that I was disappointed because I had these expectations at the back of my head that I maybe wasn't even honest to myself about. And this idea of your expectations are your preconceived disappointments really helped me in life and making this change in my life has been very positive. So I thought that's something I'd share with you. So expectations are your preconceived disappointments. This is one of the biggest things that I learned for my relationships. Often I found myself in situations where I left or felt disappointed with the reaction of people when I did something, or disappointed with how well something went. The expectations we place on other people we love can cause conflict in relationships. So let me give you an example of this. Let's go back to the bracelets. So I handed these pearl bracelets over, and everyone sort of just, went on with their lives. It wasn't a big deal for them, but for me, it was a big deal. I took time and effort in making these things. In any way, so what I felt, then I had this internal monologue where I went like, they don't even appreciate my effort. And what type of rude person doesn't say thank you in a better way, or make a big deal when someone does something for them? And so immediately my feelings of rejection started causing inner conflict. And then the whole weekend I was away with these people, I felt like an outsider. I felt unwelcome. I felt that I'm not good enough. I felt insecure. And so what we see this did is it created conflict inside of my head, but also between me and people, because those people did nothing wrong. But now I'm strange and I'm creating an atmosphere and people don't know why. And so it just adds a layer of tension where there really isn't supposed to be a layer of tension. So when we expect people to fulfill us, to make us happy, take care of our needs, to make us feel better, to drop everything for us, to make us feel whole, or to make us feel loved, we place an unrealistic expectation on them, an expectation that is not their job to fulfill. These things, feeling fulfilled, feeling happy, feeling that you're worth love, that you're worth being taken care of, that you are whole, those are things that comes from inside of you. It's something that's central to your identity, and it's your job to make sure that you make yourself feel that way. Of course, people can come and do rude things and we're not talking about someone being abusive or being rude. This is not the conversation today. The conversation is your expectations on other people and where the boundary should be. So when they do not meet these expectations of ours, we feel rejected, we feel abandoned, we feel lonely, we feel unloved. Unhealthy expectations can cause damage in relationships, but can also cause great emotional and mental instability. Like I told you, the rest of that week, I felt unwelcome. I felt emotional. I felt rejected. I felt not good enough. Why? Only because of my expectation of them creating what? A better bond with me because I made them bracelets or, you know, did I expect them to include me more? What was my expectation? All that I know is my expectation wasn't met. And that was very disappointing for me. It made me very emotional and it made me a bit rude and it definitely caused some mental instability. So the motivation behind your expectation also matters. If your motivations for doing something for someone else is what you can get out of it, like the praise or being told, oh, you are the best, thank you so much, someone making a faff out of you, someone making you feel special, someone making you feel loved, someone making you feel accepted, those are all the wrong motivations for doing something for someone. It is wrong to expect praise or gratitude for a gift. When you have an expectation of a gift given, it is not a gift at all. Then it's trade. If I say, I am doing this for you, and then you don't react the way I expected you to react, or you don't make me feel the way I expected you to make me feel, then I didn't give you a gift at all. I was trading with you. I give you this and you make me feel like that. You make me feel whole. You make me feel worthy. You make me feel like I have purpose. You make me feel like I'm central to your being, whatever it is. That is not a gift. It is a trade. I give you a gift and you give me praise or a certain reaction, which makes me feel good about myself. When we expect others to make us feel happy or fulfilled, we will give them love and peace as long as they act in an unrealistic, fake way to make you feel accepted, loved, and good. This is how trauma bonds are formed. You act the way that I need, that I want, that makes me feel good, that makes me feel whole, and me and you will be fine. I'm not talking about healthy boundaries. I'm talking about expectations. But the moment you don't meet my expectations of you, then all love is gone and I will turn on you and there will be hell. Okay. This is also seen as trade. This is not the same as two people loving each other with the motivation of doing something unconditionally just for doing it. When we act, say, or do whatever we want without thought for the other person, but they need to do what I want or need at all times, it is an unhealthy expectation and it's unfair. Expectations are something we need to be very careful of. We need to check our motivations for having an expectation, and we need to make sure that expectations don't ruin our relationships. If you struggle with expectations, I've seen often that we struggle to say no to people. And because we struggle to say no to people, we expect them to also struggle to say no to us. And then that's an expectation. And a lot of people are able to say no. And so when they say no, we feel alone, we feel upset. There are so many different examples of this. If you feel that you struggle with having healthy boundaries, with setting healthy expectations, with the correct motivations, you are more than welcome to contact me and book a session, and we can work through that. And yes, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it changes something for you like it changed for me. And then I hope you have a lovely day. See you next time. Please feel free to leave a comment. If you like this video, click the like button. Remember to subscribe to our channel and don't forget to ring the bell.